Hi, everyone. Good evening. This is Minerva Morrow. I'm excited to be here again. If you have the opportunity, please tune in. Again, this is Minerva with Able USA Investing in People, and we have been having this broadcast every month or so, highlighting extraordinary people that are doing great things, especially during the pandemic. So, really like to welcome you. And this month is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And of course, we have a special guest today, Miss Ann Tran, who's a Cosmetic Physician Assistant, and I'll introduce her to you. We've had so many heavy topics on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And as we're hearing that America is opening up again to maybe a new normal, what an opportunity to take care of ourselves, our inner beauty, but also our external beauty. And I've had many lady friends ask me, should I get Botox? What kind of cream should I get? I am definitely not in that department, but that's why we have such people as Ann Tran. But I would say that whatever, as a woman or a person that you feel comfortable with, you want to wear your hair up or down, Botox or not Botox, laser or not laser, that's really up to you and what you feel comfortable with. So please tune in. We are also recording the session so that you can see it on Facebook Live, obviously, but also on my YouTube channel. And please subscribe. It's free. Look at Dr. Minerva Morrow, and you will be able to also see this live broadcast and the recorded versions of this broadcast. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce to you Mrs. Ann Tran. Hi, Ann.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Glad that you're able to join me tonight. And I see that some others are joining us as we're speaking to talk about a very light topic, but a very important topic, because I know that I get very busy, and usually you're concerned about other parts of your health or your beauty, but it's so important to also take care of yourself. So I really appreciate you taking time of your busy schedule to join us today. And so I know for those who are asking, I really wanted to take care of a couple of skincare. I kind of maybe a little vain, want to take care of my face and look better. And so I was looking through the white pages, yellow pages, and on the internet, and I was very interested in having someone who knows about my skin. I have sensitive skin. I'm a woman of color. So there she was, Ann Tran, and I was very impressed with her bedside manner, so to speak. So thank you, Ann. How are you today?
Very good.
Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, because sometimes this broadcast is not only about the person's business or profession, but it's also about the person, her or himself. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, like you said, I'm Vietnamese. I grew up in Kentucky, and then I moved down here to Florida. And aesthetics is my passion for the last 20 years. Actually, that's what I specialize in, is lasers, Botox, and fillers. I think what got me into, who I am is the integration of what I call my Asian culture. I grew up in Beyond Natural, which I totally believe in, and herbs, and things, and eating healthy. But as I got older, it just wasn't enough. so I got to
happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you. So getting into aesthetics was the thing that I was trying to do something natural, and it was something that was fun. It was always changing. So I actually got into lasers. And so laser was my thing because it was all natural, nothing artificial. And as and I know as I get older, that I always do a little bit of extra things when I can't do it all naturally. So that's where I got into Botox and a little bit of fillers. But again, like you say, it's each other's own. It all depends on what you are looking for. But there are secrets in everything we do, from natural to what I call state-of-the-art lasers.
There you go. And you wanted to call this broadcast Forever Young.
Yes.
Why was that important for you?
Because this is the first time technology has shown to increase collagen and reverse your age. So it's not only can I make you look good, actually can make you young forever. And it's actually with Dr. Bitter himself. He's actually a doctor over in California, and it's called BBL, Broadband Light. Oh, that way, Broadband Light.
Say it again. What does that stand for?
BBL is broadband light.
Okay.
So BBL laser is the first to show that we can reverse your age. I can actually change your genes and make you younger. So that's why they call it Forever Young.
And is that with technology? Is that like a whole approach?
Yep.
A whole person approach?
Yep. So what people think is they know what IPL is. So BBL is a better version of an IPL. So it's a light machine that actually goes in and it targets certain things. So like you see here, you can target on red, don't put my finger, you can target on red rosacea, you can do pigmentations, but you can also work on different skin conditions, whether it's acne as well. And then skin tightening, which is what people are looking for, is how do I make myself look younger without any downtime? So this BBL technology from Cyton has those capabilities.
So when people come to you in your practice, what do they come to you most for?
Right. So it depends on the age group. So it really, I mean, it's all age groups. So the young ones, I see them for their acne skin, or they have big, large pores. I see them for laser hair removal so that you don't ever have to shave again. And then as we get to the mature ladies, we do have increase of wrinkles, fine lines, scars, and things like sagging skin. So it's all walks of life. I've have, my youngest, I would say, is probably a 12-year-old, all the way up to my mature ladies who are 80 years old. They'll come in and see me.
Oh, wonderful. So when we have different audiences. So if we're looking at the younger skin, sometimes people say they suffer from acne. What are some of the tips that you can give us in that area for the younger generation, maybe?
Yep. So the nice thing is when you work in a dermatology practice like myself, I work at Academic Alliance in Dermatology, we can write you prescriptions for skincare that will actually address the acne. So acne is caused, according to the medical books, by 3 to 4 things. The pus, the bacteria, which is why a lot of times we have to write you a prescription for that, whether it's a topical antibiotic or an oral pill, if that's the case, if it's really bad. The second is the clogged pores, the oily skin that's clogged up, which is why we talk about retinol. Tretinoin is the prescription kind. If you can't handle that, that's where you can go over the counter and get things like with a little bit of acids to help unclog the pores. Even baking soda is a great option to do a scrub to exfoliate. And then on top of that, the oily skin. So with the oily skin issues, whether it's like, for instance, our skin type, the darker skin we are, the more oils we have. So we talk about cleansing, we talk about using toners, and different things to help clean the oils, because a lot of people don't wash their skin sometimes, they're in and out and don't realize it. So we address all that, but there's always a caveat. That's just what we learn in the medical books. But just so you know, I have a lot of people don't realize this. Sometimes it's food allergies or lactose intolerance, gluten intolerance. So I always tell my patients, think outside the box and look into food allergies to make sure that that's not causing the acne as well.
Okay, that's interesting, because I noticed that sometimes even, though I'm a mature person, I do have to watch, for example, chocolate. I notice that if I eat too much chocolate, that I actually get zits, to be honest with you. And I don't like to talk about that, but that's the reality. So that's a great point that you made about really looking at what you eat. So, what about the more mature people? I know that some are saying, should I use a topical cream, or should I do something a little bit more aggressive, for lack of a better word? Should I do Botox? Should I do laser? When do you know what to use as a person?
So, with regards to skincare, they did do clinical studies to show that if you buy things over the counter, it's not as beneficial because it's too diluted. So if they say retinol over the counter, it's a drop, and then they consider that retinol. But when you go into a dermatology practice, the retinol, the tretinoin that we use is actually more potent. So you're going to get more bang for your bucks when you actually get a product that's actually clinically studied. But it doesn't mean that you can't find things over the counter. So, if they find argan oil, that's a good one. Aloe is another good one. But I still believe that the medical skincare does make a little bit more impact, meaning it's going to work quicker, it's going to give you more faster results, and sometimes even better wrinkles, for instance, versus somebody who's going to buy something over the counter. So I do mix and match. I always try to find what works for them in their budget. But skincare is great maintenance. Okay, but if you're looking for mature ladies, including myself, it's not enough. Skincare is just the basic, what I call, to kind of get you maintaining, but it's not going to improve what you've already aged.
Got it.
That's what
So,
lasers and other services that we offer help increase the collagen building and give you a step younger than where you're at.
got it. So, the retinol, is that good for all skin types? Should we be aware of, how much we use?
So with the retinol, that's always been the number one. Retinol and tretinoin has been the number one anti-aging skincare prescription
Okay.
all these years. However, as long as you can handle it. So
Okay.
Asian skin, especially myself, I'm very sensitive even to retinol. So I can't handle retinol myself personally, but almost
Okay.
everybody else can. But there is a trick to that. So when you
Okay.
use retinoin or retinol, you put it on always at bedtime, but you start slow. It will tell you to do it every night. If you do it every night, you're just going to peel too fast. So I always tell you to start slow, twice a week at bedtime, and then wash off in the morning, and then you try to increase your tolerance to that to eventually every night. Myself, I can't handle it, so we had to find another alternative. So for me, it's vitamin C.
Okay.
Because
Okay. I noticed that a lot of people are talking about how effective or, vitamin C is for your skin.
So retinol tretinoin has been the number one gold standard, and then you can move on to vitamin C. You can do peptides. Of course, you can hear all these things about stem cells and growth factors. Those are all great options to build collagen.
When I hear about laser, I kind of go, "Ooh, what does that mean, and what does that entail? Does it leave scars? What does it actually do to your skin, and how is that beneficial?"
Yep. So there's so many lasers out there, and some people don't even know between an IPL from a laser to resurfacing. But what's nice is there are some safe ones for your skin type and my skin type, and then there's other lasers that isn't. But what the whole purpose of lasers, microneedling, PRP, RF, which is radio frequency, anything that's going to injure the skin or deliver heat is going to change the skin because it causes inflammation. And then from inflammation, it builds collagen. That's how the cascade works. So the more you damage the skin, the more stimulation that you're going to get for collagen building. But we have to be careful with certain skin types. So that's why with you and me, there's only certain lasers that is safe for our skin type. So like you talk about the BBL. So the BBL is great for the Caucasians, even to my Asian skin type. But when we move on to where your skin type, like skin type 5 or 6, I call African American skin, then we kind of move on to some other lasers like the Nd:YAG. So an Nd:YAG is a different laser that delivers heat, but it doesn't target the melanin too much on the skin that, white or Caucasian skin can handle. And then there's other things. So like say for your age group, but including me, I'm there too, right? So I turned 51. So I'm no longer a spring chicken, but I don't look it. That's the way. But because of my aging process, I do skin tightening, but there is a laser called resurfacing called the Halo. That's one of the newer lasers that's resurfacing that's safe for your skin type and mine. So it's nice that there's capabilities out there and technology out there, but you don't have to learn all this because there's a lot to learn. The nice thing is to come to one of our practices that experience and have all the different technologies and lasers and RF that you can use for darker skin type or sensitive skin. So
once you decide with consultation with you that laser is, or one of the laser treatments is one of the way to go, what is the recuperation time for that? Do you do it one day, go to work? Do you, wait? Do you not wear makeup? How does that work?
So if you're doing for skin rejuvenation, collagen building, there's actually every 4 weeks apart, and you do a series of 4 is the standard to maximize collagen build. And then once you do that, then you maintain one every 6 months. So that's what I did in myself in 2012 when the study came out with the BBL. Now, other people can do, let's say you do the Halo. If you're doing a Halo, it's going to be a stronger laser. You don't have to do the series of 4. You might do 1 or 2, and then already maximize your collagen build. And then from there, you maintain every 6 months. If I'm dealing with acne skin, it's totally different. You have to see me every week or every 2 weeks if you have a lot of active acne bacteria pus on the skin. So it does vary from 1 to 2 weeks, or in general, every 4 weeks apart.
Got it. So for those who are tuning in, we're here with Ann Tran. She's a cosmetic physician assistant, and we are talking about forever young, taking care of our skin, regardless of what skin types you have. So please share the link, invite others to join. And so what about Botox? So, when we think about Botox, we think about, what are we putting in our body? What is actually Botox?
Well, Botox is botulism, so it is helping to relax the muscle. And a lot of people think, oh my gosh, I'm putting something foreign in my body. But you have to understand everything that we do aesthetically, cosmetically, has been used in science and medicine long before. So we actually use Botox for what I call for people who had like cystic fibrosis where the hands are tight and they can't move their hand. They were injecting Botox for babies so their arms can actually relax. Okay. And they use what I call 300 to 400 units. When we do our Botox for us, for aesthetics, we're doing 30, 75 units. So they're in a medical way using it 3 to 4 times more concentrated than what we're doing for aesthetics. So it's actually safe. And then if you ever heard it, they use it for migraines. It's amazing that Botox will help relax the muscles and the dilations, and it actually helps them so they don't have to take a pill for migraines. So again, medically, it's already been used long before we start using it aesthetically.
Got it. And so what part of your body do you use Botox? And of course, I hear about fillers. What's the difference, and how do you know which one is best for what part of your face or body, for that matter?
Yep. So for FDA approved, they actually, I call it the Botox is way up in here, the whole dance thing, because it relaxes the muscles. So you can't get mad. When you smile, you don't see as many wrinkles. So it relaxes the muscles. That's what's FDA approved. Now, since then, everything's been off label. We actually do Botox even around the lips, around the mouth, even into the neck for the wrinkling as well as certain muscles. So we have stretched it all the way out, even in the armpit for sweating. So that's
Oh,
where
wow.
it's off-label use with Botox. But that in general, it's way up above here is the standard. Filler is different. Filler is actually hyaluronic acid usually, or this other calcium material that actually helps fill in the gap. So when you have volume lost, or you have this little nasolabial folds, when you have volume loss, fillers fill in that volume loss, deflation they call it. So that's where whether it's as is the fashion right now is big lips, right? So everybody's putting fillers in the lips, but it's really in the cheeks and the nasolabial fold to rebuild the volume loss, and that's a filler.
Got it. And so, if we wanted to get a hold of you, obviously you're in the Tampa Bay, Florida area. What would be the number that we would call, and what would happen? Would we consult with you first before you decide what treatments we are going to need?
So the nice thing is where I work, I think we have 25 locations. So I'm not the
Wow.
only one that does aesthetics. Each office has their own physician assistant, nurse practitioner, including doctors who does aesthetics. So you just go into our website, which is academicallderm.com, and you can find the closest location to you. I do work in the South Tampa Kennedy office as well as the Varigo office. So if you're looking for me directly, I'm in those two offices. But yep, you can call the aesthetic line as well, which is 813-514-4711, and then they can direct you to which location is closer to you.
Got it. So that number again is 813-514-4711. And you also sell products. So, and that it doesn't matter where you are, right, in the nation. Doesn't have to be in Tampa. What products do you sell that we could buy over the internet? Or again, maybe you could repeat the website a little later. But what are some products that you provide or sell?
So what's nice is that we actually carry a lot of skincare because of different ethnicity, different age group, and different preferences. Some people like Coke, some people like Pepsi. So
Right.
we actually carry everything from Skin Medica, Abaji, Elastin, SkinCeuticals. Those are the popular ones, and we carry those skincare lines. And in regards to buying in the internet, unfortunately, when you buy on the internet, sometimes you're not getting what you think you're getting. And I actually been trapped. I actually tried that. I said, oh, this product is what I buy. And I buy it on Amazon. Turns out when it comes, it wasn't that material, that skincare line. It actually was artificial. So when you do go to one of the facilities and you buy part of their skincare line, there are reward programs that you join when you do buy it from the doctor's office, whether it's mine or a different dermatology practice. You actually get rewards, which is points, and then that return it gives you coupons to use it for other skincare as well as other services. So yeah, there's always a plus of doing it at a practice office for the rewards, plus you're getting true concentration in the true product of it.
There you go. So I know you had, and correct me if I'm wrong, some kind of live webinars or sales. Some, not that you are a physician, but you do offer a service. With the pandemic, have you had consultation that are virtually, or how does that work?
Yeah, so originally when COVID started in March, we did virtual consultation. But the thing is, but excuse me, once I get a little water.
Yeah, no problem. And again, we are here with Mrs. Ann Tran, and we are talking about staying forever young, how to take care of our skin, and different products and services that she provides in the Tampa Bay, Florida area. But we're also talking about just beauty tips in general, which is important for us to know whether you're young or more mature. And so she's been giving us great information tonight. So yes, continue.
So in regards to learning, you can go to our website or Instagram or Facebook, including my own personal one. and we always do education. But let's say you're like, well, I just don't know what I need. You can come to us. I do free consultations where we can actually sit down, look to see what your concerns are, give you options, how much things cost, and when to start. So it's really nice. But if you say, I'm just not ready yet, I know everybody's trying to get out there and go out because they're vaccinated, but I'm just not ready, you can definitely get a hold of me. I can still do virtual consultations over the phone as well as on texting. If and I do that still. A few of my friends, they'll text me a picture of themselves like, hey, we think she should do. We can still do that, called virtual. We can definitely do that. But a lot of times people like to see in person, and that's where all our facilities are open to do that.
Awesome. And so, when do we go to you
Mhm.
as a cosmetic physician assistant as opposed to a dermatologist, which is also in your practice?
Uh-huh.
When do we know the difference to go to you or to a dermatologist?
So actually, we're actually the same in one. So what is a lot of
Okay,
the practices you get to see, let's say, Dr. V, and he does your derm check for moles and rash. And at the same token, that same practitioner can also do your Botox and fillers. I'm just a full-time aesthetic physician assistant or a cosmetic physician assistant. What that means is I don't do the derm side. I don't
got
address the moles and the rash. I just purely do the cosmetic side to make you look better and younger.
got it. So we've talked a lot about the face.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes we also, as we mature, worry about our neckline
Yep. Mhm.
and neck in general. So, how is that treated? Is that any different or
Mhm.
similar?
So what happens is that even with myself, so long ago I just did it on my face, and now I'm starting to realize my neck is not looking as good as my face. So they do carry neck creams to help with that, and I do the same thing when I'm doing laser on your face. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do your neck as well, so we can keep it up, so we both look young in both areas. And the same thing when I work on their chest, I move up and do their neck because you are correct. If we don't work on the neck, it starts to show our age. So I do both of that from skincare as well as to the laser procedures.
Are there other parts of your body that you also treat?
Yes.
Just out of
So
curiosity.
yep. So the nice thing is part of that BBL, they do skin tight, which is this part where we can actually work on sagging skin, whether it's your neck
Oh,
or your belly.
oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
But we also have my colleague. So I do have Melinda. She does the old therapy. So if somebody's looking for old therapy, that's nice because that is also colorblind, meaning any skin type, any color can come and get old therapy done for sagging skin. So she does everything from the neck to the sagging arms to the legs, like not the legs, but the thighs. So
Got
there are
it.
other modalities, other services by my other colleagues that can help with that as well.
So, thank you everybody for tuning in. We have just a few minutes left. So, if you have any questions that you would like to ask or any comments, please do so at this time. So, what do they do? What do you do for the abdomen area? I'm curious.
Yep. So the BBL doesn't hurt. There's no downtime, and you can get
Okay.
it done. And depends on how saggy the skin is, but it does. It tightens the skin, and after you do a series of six, usually once a month, you just maintain it every 6 months. But honestly, when I tell people to do it, whether it's the lasers to give them a stimulation, I do have to give you my secret. I do take
Okay.
a collagen pill. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
depends on the collagen pill you take. This one from Nature's Lab is actually the most popular one in the respect that it's been out. I want to say at least 15 years. They actually did head-to-head study, and the orthopedics actually recommended this particular brand called BioCell. But what happens is as we hit 30 years age, every 5 years you lose 20% of your collagen. So when you do that, it starts to notice the collagen in your face, in my saggy arms, in my knees. And this product is actually pretty cheap. It's like $24. You can get it on Amazon or Costco, but what it does is replenish what I don't make anymore. So when I start taking this, and it's like, well, how many pills do I take? If you're in your
Right.
30s, you take one. If you're in your 40s, you take two. If you're in your 50s, you take three a day. And
3 a day. Okay.
it does rebuild your collagen. So what happens is if you don't make it, you replenish it, you supplement it. So by doing that, it actually helps internally help my collagen and my sagging skin.
So can you show that product again?
So the reason why this work, and there's good ones out there as well. If you look in the powder form, so right now the popular one is, I think it's called Puritan something. But there's different ones. What you want to make sure is that it has collagen, whether it's from a chicken or a cow, or fish. But you also need to make sure it has this word, hyaluronic acid. If you don't have that, you're only half the battle. Hyaluronic acid is what our filler is made up of as well. It's what lubricates your joints. It's what plumps your skin. So collagen and hyaluronic acid is actually the two most important components to help with the skin and your joints and the collagen on your face.
Got it.
Mhm.
So there are times when it is obvious maybe somebody has used Botox. Maybe in our opinion, it's overuse. Do you give advice on maybe someone who may be coming too much or wants too much and it's not really looking aesthetically pleasant? Do you actually have those conversations? And when do you know that too much is too much?
Right. So when I do, I mean, everybody who knows me knows that I prefer the natural look. Meaning, I
Okay.
look younger, but I'm not frozen, and that's the word I use to kind of hint to them. You don't want to look frozen to the point where your eyes like this, and you can't move your eyes, and you're smiling and nothing's moving. Okay.
Right, right.
So I do tell them that don't go too artificial. But I have turned down a few patients when they want that look to the point where their lips is too big, because it represents me too. So I kind of say,
Sure.
I'm sorry, but I think this is the best. I think you look really good where you're at, and I just don't feel like you need more. And I will say no to them. So,
There
but
you
yes, I
go.
do educate them to saying that there's only so much that you need, and you don't need to go further than that.
Awesome. So, again, tell us, how do we get a hold of you? Phone numbers and websites.
Yep. So it's 813-514-4711. And then the website is academic, ACADEMIC, Allderm, which is ALLDERM.com.
And you are Ann Tran, and so this was really great information. I wish we could talk forever about this, but really happy with the service that you provided me, because obviously I do promote people on this broadcast that I know, and your bedside manners are great. So there are times when I had a question and I would text Ann, and in matters of hour or 24 hours, she would answer back. And I think that's also very important for people to feel comfortable, because, skin is very sensitive. We're very sensitive about how we look and the products that we use to feel better. Any last message or information that you feel that we need to know about?
It doesn't matter what age you are, it's never too late to start. But also the thing is, I always tell you, and that's my philosophy: look good, feel great. So I do talk about skin, but I also talk about nutrition, internal, because all that plays a role in how your skin looks. And of course, actually, if you don't know, this is May. It's Melanoma Awareness. What that means is, please, everybody, go get your skin check, because if you have skin cancer and it could have been prevented, that's a whole thing that we talk about your health first before we talk about beauty.
There you go. That's very important, because, even people of color, we think we have the stereotype that we don't get skin cancer. And so it's very important. I had my check last year, so thank you for that reminder. And so I really wanted to thank you for this opportunity. and like to highlight individuals such as yourself that are doing extraordinary things and very professional in the service that you provide for your clients. So thank you, Ann, for this opportunity. And for all those that were here today, share the site about how important it is to forever stay young. And we want to be there a long time, looking beautiful for our families, for others, for our work, but most importantly, for ourselves. So thank you so much, Ann, and those that tuned in tonight. Thank you, and see you next month.
Definitely. Thanks so much.
Bye, Ann.
Bye-bye.